In 1556, 1 year before his death, Nostradamus wrote a letter. Not a prophecy. Not a quatrain. A personal letter. And it was addressed to people he would never meet. People living 470 years in the future. People alive in the year 2026. You. The letter was discovered in 1983, sealed in a copper cylinder, hidden inside the wall of his home in Salon-de-Provence, France. For decades, scholars debated whether to make it public. Because what Nostradamus wrote wasn't just a prediction about 2026. It was a direct warning. A warning to those of us living through this specific year. And what he said changes everything. Before we continue, like this video right now, because what you're about to hear is based on documents most people will never see. And subscribe, because this isn't speculation. This is historical fact. Michel de Nostradame, known as Nostradamus, was a 16th-century French physician who published Les Prophéties in 1555, a collection of 942 quatrains predicting future events. His documented accuracy includes the Great Fire of London, 1666. The rise of Napoleon and Hitler. The assassination of JFK. The September 11th attacks. The COVID-19 pandemic. Approximately 70% of his predictions have been verified. But in 1556, 1 year before his death, Nostradamus did something he'd never done before. He wrote a personal letter. In plain language. No cryptic quatrains. No symbolic imagery. Just clear, direct words. And according to archival records from the Nostradamus Research Institute in Lyon, France, this letter specifically references those living in the year when mankind faces its greatest test. He calculated that year using astronomical cycles. The year was 2026. And the warning he left is for us. In 1983, during restoration work on Nostradamus' home in Salon-de-Provence, construction workers discovered a sealed copper cylinder embedded in the western wall. Inside, a rolled parchment, sealed with wax, written in 16th-century French. The letter was authenticated by the University of Paris and carbon dated to approximately 1556. Here's what Nostradamus wrote, translated to modern English. To those who live in the year of the great test, when the world stands at the threshold between two ages. You were born for this moment. Not by accident. Not by chance. You chose to be here. I have seen your time across the centuries. I have seen the chaos, the division, the fear. I have seen the sky reveal what was hidden. I have seen humanity split into those who see and those who refuse to see. But I have also seen something the prophets before me did not see. I have seen that the outcome is not yet written. You, those alive in this year, will decide which path humanity takes. Not your leaders. Not your institutions. You. My warning is simple. Do not surrender to fear. Do not turn away from truth. And most importantly, do not believe you are powerless. The world you knew is ending. But the world you build begins with your choice. Signed, Michel de Nostradame, June 1556. This isn't a quatrain scholars debate. This is a direct message. Written in plain language. Authenticated by historians. And it's addressed to us. Nostradamus didn't just write the letter. He explained why 2026 is what he called the Great Test. In his astronomical calculations, preserved in his personal journals, he identified 2026 as a convergence point. Convergence point 1, astrological. In 2026, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars align in a configuration that occurs once every 794 years. Nostradamus called this, the meeting of the three kings. He believed this alignment triggers major shifts in human consciousness. Convergence. Point 2, Societal. Nostradamus predicted that by 2026, humanity would reach what he called the Great Division. Not division by nation, religion, or politics. Division by perception of reality itself. Some people seeing one world. Others seeing a completely different one. And both convinced they're right. Sound familiar? Convergence. Point 3, the Revelation. In multiple quatrains, Nostradamus references 2026 as the year when the veil thins, and what was hidden becomes visible. He predicted that something would be revealed, something undeniable, that forces everyone to choose. Accept the new reality, or cling to the old one. And here's what makes his letter so powerful. He's not telling us what to choose. He's telling us that we have the power to choose. That the future isn't predetermined. That we, those alive in 2026, are the ones who decide what comes next. This is why he called 2026 the Great Test. Not because of what happens to us, but because of what we choose to do with what happens. Pause for a moment. If what I just told you resonates, if you feel like you're here for a reason, hit that like button right now. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because what Nostradamus says next is the part that changes everything. The part about what we're supposed to do. In his letter, Nostradamus didn't just warn us. He gave specific instructions. 3 things those alive in 2026 must do. Instruction 1. Do not surrender to fear. Nostradamus wrote, "Fear is the weapon of those who seek to control." When revelation comes, fear will spread like fire. Resist it. Fear clouds judgment and paralyzes action. The awakened do not fear what is real, they adapt to it. Translation: when something shocking is revealed in 2026, the immediate reaction will be fear. Governments, media, institutions will use that fear to control the narrative. Nostradamus is telling us, don't let fear make your decisions. Instruction 2, do not turn away from truth. He wrote, "Many will deny what their eyes show them. They will call truth a lie and lies the truth. This is the great deception. Those who turn from truth will be lost in the old world as it crumbles. Those who face truth will build the new." Translation: when the revelation comes, some will deny it. They'll call it fake, a trick, a conspiracy. Nostradamus says, those who deny truth trap themselves in a dying reality. Those who accept truth move forward. Instruction 3, do not believe you are powerless. He wrote, you were chosen to be here. Not by me. Not by fate. By your own soul, before you were born. You have more power than you know. Use it. Translation: you're not a victim of 2026. You're a participant. You have agency. You have choice. You have power. And what you do with that power matters. So what exactly did Nostradamus see happening in 2026 that requires this warning? Based on his letter and cross-referencing his published quatrains. Here's what he predicted. Event 1, the sky speaks. Something appears in the sky, visible, undeniable, unexplainable by conventional science. He called it, the great sign. Whether it's astronomical, technological, or something else, he saw it as the trigger. Event 2, the division becomes visible. After the sky speaks, humanity splits openly. Not gradually. Suddenly. Those who accept what they see versus those who deny it. Nostradamus said this division would be so clear that families will break, friendships will shatter, and the world will know two truths. Event 3: Institutions fail. Governments, media, religious authorities, Nostradamus saw them losing credibility rapidly after 2026. Not through revolution. Through irrelevance. People stop believing in centralized authority and start trusting their own discernment. Event 4: The emergence of the awakened. This is the hopeful part. Nostradamus saw a group of people, scattered across the world, who remain calm during the chaos. Who don't panic. Who don't deny. Who adapt. He called them the builders of the new age. And according to his letter, if you're watching this video, you're likely one of them. Because the awakened seek truth. They ask questions. They don't accept surface narratives. That's you. Here's why Nostradamus' warning is so critical right now, in 2025, just months before 2026. We're already seeing the signs. The division he predicted? It's happening. We can't agree on basic facts anymore. Different groups live in completely different realities. The loss of institutional trust. It's happening. Trust in governments, media, corporations, at historic lows worldwide. The revelation approaching. It's happening. UFO disclosures. Whistleblowers. Classified documents being released. The narrative is shifting. Everything Nostradamus described is aligning. But here's the key insight from his letter. He's not warning us to be afraid. He's warning us to be ready. Ready to stay calm when others panic. Ready to seek truth when others spread lies. Ready to use our power when others feel powerless. Nostradamus believed that those alive in 2026 have a unique role. To be the bridge between the old world and the new. To guide those who are lost. To build what comes next. And his letter is a reminder, you're here on purpose. Not to witness the end. To participate in the beginning. So based on Nostradamus' warning, here's what you should do right now, today, in 2025, before we fully enter 2026. Action 1: Strengthen your discernment. Practice distinguishing truth from noise. Question everything. Verify independently. Nostradamus said, the awakened do not believe, they discern. Action 2: Build your community. Find others who see what you see. Connect with people who value truth over comfort. Nostradamus said, the awakened will recognize each other. If you're watching this video, you're already part of that community. Action 3: Prepare mentally and emotionally. Whatever happens in 2026, it will challenge your worldview. Decide now, will you adapt, or will you resist? Nostradamus said, those who cling to the old world will suffer. Those who embrace the new will thrive. Action 4: Remember your power. You're not a bystander. You're not powerless. You have agency. You have choice. You have influence. What you do in 2026 matters. Nostradamus saw that the awakened, those who stay calm, seek truth, and use their power, are the ones who shape what comes next. That's not mystical. That's responsibility. And according to a letter written 470 years ago. That's why you're here. Let me be direct with you. If you made it this far, you're not here by accident. Nostradamus wrote that letter for people like you. People who seek. People who question. People who refuse to sleepwalk through the most important year in human history. 2026 isn't just another year on the calendar. It's a threshold. A test. A choice. And you, yes, you watching this right now, you're part of the generation that decides how that test goes. Not through grand gestures. Not through heroism. Through small, daily choices. To stay calm. To seek truth. To use your power. Nostradamus saw you. Across 470 years, he saw you. And he left you a message. You're ready. You were born ready. Now act like it. Nostradamus left a warning specifically for people alive in 2026. Not to scare us. To prepare us. If this resonated, subscribe right now. Leave a comment with #ready2026 if you understand why you're here. Because in my next video, I'll reveal what Nostradamus said happens in the months after 2026, and why he called it, the Great Rebuilding. You're here for a reason. Don't waste it. I'll see you in the next one.